this video, we take a look at a painful cow's hoof, which Craig guessed his way through trimming.
Yeah, but it was a good guess.
And I talk about this t-shirt. So this is a foot that Craig actually trimmed 2 weeks ago and couldn't really find a problem with. But now, the problem is glaringly obvious. So this foot was trimmed by Craig just over 2 weeks ago, and at the time this cow was really lame. He actually let her out of the crush without even blocking it. Realised she was actually lame, brought her back in and then put a block on, but still actually couldn't find anything wrong. You can clearly see he thought there was a problem here and guessed that he should put a block on here, and it was a guess.
Yeah, but it was a good guess.
It was a good guess. He was right, there is a problem on this outside claw, but he still couldn't find anything wrong with it. And that's why farmers like the guy who farms here are fantastic for bringing these cows back in, because sometimes these problems take time to materialise, and in the meantime that block has been keeping her pain-free thanks to Hoof Grip Pro keeping it in position. Honestly, if you're a hoof trimmer or a farmer or a vet or anybody watching this, Hoof Grip Pro, our glue, the Hoof GP's glue, is fantastic. Honestly it is. If you've got any problems keeping blocks on, Hoof Grip Pro is the answer. Go to thehoofgp.com and you can find out more about how you can get it. Anyway, let's get this trimmed. So last time Craig modelled this really widely and he obviously found some kind of issue there. So what did you find wrong with it?
So basically there was a tiny little abnormality, crack basically on the side of the white line, but it never came to anything, it disappeared, so that was as far as I went.
And that's literally the perfect thing to do. If you can't find a problem but you know there's an issue with that specific claw, get the weight off it using a block, but don't go too far in the pursuit of something that you might not find, because it might just be an inflamed corium. I say just, but that's a serious problem for a cow like this. Right, what we're going to do is completely strip all of the hoof horn away from this cow's foot. And yes, by the way, that is her protesting in the crush. Try to be quiet. By the way, some of you ask why we put these in between their feet. It's simply to separate the digits so that they're easier to work on individually. You can see it started to separate here, which is usually the case. The inflammation in the sole when Craig trimmed her last time would have meant that it was sore, but the layers of hoof horn hadn't actually started to disconnect, so they must have got to this cow really quickly after she'd first gone lame, meaning that the separation hadn't actually occurred. And although Craig didn't actually find anything, there probably wasn't anything to find. That's why these revisits are vital. This cow is going much better. The farmer actually told me she's pretty much lameness free, and that's all thanks to that block. So if the block came off and the glue failed, she would be sore almost instantly. Now that it has had a chance to settle down, the inflammation's gone because steady lass. The inflammation's gone because that block has taken the weight off it and therefore the pressure. Now is the time to strip away these layers of detached hoof horn, because if we don't, it'll just fill up with muck. She is really fidgety. If we didn't strip away these layers, well, you can actually see already they're beginning to fill up with muck and manure, and all that's going to do is lead to further infection and a bigger problem. You can hear that flapping noise, that's her tail inside the crush. She's not happy. She's not in pain me doing this. She's just not happy that she's being restrained in the crush. Although KVK have done a fantastic job of making these really comfortable, at the end of the day, being stuck in a crush is not good, is it? This is really tough. Partly because this wall horn here that I'm taking away, but also partly because Craig put that block in place and it's dried out, making the hoof horn even harder. Here's where the problem is here, look. If you actually press it, there's moisture in there. That block is still plenty high enough, so we'll leave it exactly where it is. Just going to model this out a little bit more. By the way, Craig behind the camera, remind me when I finish this cow's foot that I need to tell them about that thing that I did last night.
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Okay.
It was more like,
Okay, Graham.
This is just about done. Oh, Craig, team effort, mate. Team effort. This is good.
Yeah, no, it's looking really, really good. I'm happy that the area you're working on is actually the area I was working on, but like I say, it came to nothing when I started.
We'll give it a little wash off and see how she's looking. Honestly, that makes me really, really proud to be a hoof trimmer. Working with these guys, Craig and the farmer here. Team effort. I love it when a plan comes together. Hold on, I'll let her out and then I'll tell you about that thing I was going to tell you about that he said to. Now excuse me if you can see my teeth, I had a slight accident and cracked them. So yeah, they look absolutely horrible and they should be fixed this week, hopefully. But what I wanted to tell you was, we're just back from the States, and what really, really struck me when I was over there is we met hundreds and hundreds of you guys. By we, I mean me and my mother actually, because Ashley was really ill, but she's fine now. But we met hundreds and hundreds of you, and although I'd never physically met any of you before, there was this real connection, and it was exactly the same in Tulare when we were there last time, and same in Denmark. And when I got back, I was literally sitting playing on the computer, and people asked for a hair t-shirt, and I didn't know if this was something I would end up doing or what, but it struck me that we've got this, I'm not sure how to say this without sounding stupid, we're literally just getting home from the States. I made this t-shirt. Now, I didn't know if it was something that people would want or like. I obviously absolutely love it because I made it, but I wasn't sure if you did or would want it. So we put it on a pre-order only because I didn't want to buy loads of these and then people not want them. And the pre-order is only on for 48 hours. And as this video goes live right now, you've probably only got about 12 hours left to order one of these t-shirts if you would like one. If you don't, that's fine. If you want one, that's fine. We've managed to lower the shipping a little bit more. Again, we're trying to squeeze them all the time, so we've got it lower and lower and lower and lower. But yeah, if you want one, it's a pre-order only for about the next 6 or 7 hours as this video goes live. Just go to thehoofgp.com and you'll be able to find it. It's about a 6-week pre-order, so if you order it today, you'll get it in about 6 weeks. Right, I'll shut up now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for coming out and seeing us in the States. You have no idea what it means to us.